Today, the European Commission published its proposal on the Capital Market Union. I have with me our Director for Economic Affairs, James Watson, with his first direction.
Well, business, if it wants to get money for investment, can essentially get it from two sources. It can borrow, or it can get it from equity markets where people take a stake in the business. And Europe really has been traditionally very much reliant upon bank lending, the first route. If we look at the size of equity markets in Europe, they're less than half the size of the US. So really this is an important initiative to try and improve the use of equity markets and broader capital markets in the EU. That's important not only for increasing investment, but it also can increase the resilience of the EU economy, particularly if we get better cross-border flows of savings and investment.
What specifically amongst the proposals would you point to as being important for investment?
Yeah, it's a complex action plan with a number of proposals, but we point to three as being particularly important. Firstly, there's some important suggestions that the regulatory requirements for investment in infrastructure, which is obviously key for growth, maybe relaxed very slightly, which would be very helpful for banks and insurance companies in encouraging them to invest in infrastructure. Secondly, for SMEs, there's some important proposals around making it more simple to launch a prospectus, which is what you need to do if you want to access equity markets, to make that simpler, and also to improve the securitisation market in the EU, which can also have a knock-on effect in improving bank lending to SMEs. And then finally, there's a proposal to look at the overall cost of regulation on the financial sector. We've put in a lot of regulation in the last few years since the financial crisis on the financial sector. So it's important, I think, that we do go and look back at that total regulation as a whole and just make sure that we've got the right balance.
And what needs to happen now?
The important thing now is that we get on and implement things. We need to roll our sleeves up, work together, work with the Parliament, work with the Commission, and Business Europe very much keen to be part of that solution. So yeah, going away and actually implementing the proposals in the package.